What if your body was warning you, but you didn't recognize the signs? Heart problems don't always start with something dramatic. In fact, most of the time, they begin quietly. A little fatigue, shortness of breath, a strange feeling in your chest. Nothing that seems serious, so you ignore it. But here's the truth. Your heart rarely fails without warning. The signals are there, subtle, easy to dismiss, but extremely important. And every year, thousands of people experience serious heart issues that could have been prevented if they had acted earlier. This is not about fear, it's about awareness. Because once you understand the warning signs, you give yourself the chance to act before it's too late. In this video, you'll discover 7 warning signs your heart may need attention, including some that most people completely ignore. Watch carefully, because what you learn today could protect your life tomorrow. Heart disease is one of the leading causes of death worldwide, and yet many people don't see it coming, not because it appears suddenly, but because it develops quietly, over time. That's the dangerous part. Your heart doesn't usually fail overnight. In most cases, it gives you subtle warning signs long before something serious happens. But here's the problem. Those signs are often ignored. People expect something dramatic, intense chest pain, a medical emergency, something obvious. But that's not always how it starts. Sometimes it begins with small changes, feeling slightly more tired than usual, getting out of breath during simple activities. Noticing your sleep isn't as restful as it used to be. These don't seem alarming. So people continue their daily routines, unaware that their heart may already be under stress. Now think about this. Your heart is working every second of your life. It pumps blood, delivers oxygen, and keeps every organ functioning. If something starts to go wrong, your body will try to compensate. It adapts. It adjusts. But that doesn't mean everything is fine. It just means the problem is being hidden, for now. Another reason these signs are missed is because they can be mistaken for something else. Fatigue is blamed on work. Shortness of breath is blamed on lack of fitness. Chest discomfort is dismissed as stress or indigestion. And this is where the real risk begins. Because ignoring early warning signs allows the underlying issue to progress. Over time, small problems can turn into serious conditions. That's why awareness is so important. This is not about creating fear. It's about helping you recognize what your body might be trying to tell you. Because when you understand the signals early, you have the opportunity to act, to make changes, to protect your health before something serious happens. In this video, we're going to break down 7 warning signs your heart may need attention. Some of them might surprise you, but all of them matter. Chapter 2. The first 4 warning signs. Let's start with the first 4 warning signs your heart may need attention. These are common, but often misunderstood. Warning sign number 1. Persistent fatigue. Not just being tired after a long day, but feeling constantly low on energy, even after rest. When your heart is not pumping efficiently, your body may not be getting enough oxygen. As a result, even simple activities can feel exhausting. Warning sign number 2. Shortness of breath. If you find yourself getting out of breath during activities that used to feel easy, this is something to pay attention to. Climbing stairs, walking short distances, or even lying down can become uncomfortable. This may indicate that your heart or lungs are under strain. Warning sign number 3. Chest discomfort. This doesn't always feel like sharp pain. It can be pressure, tightness, burning, or a feeling of heaviness in the chest. Some people describe it as discomfort rather than pain, which is why it's often ignored. But it should never be dismissed. Warning sign number 4. Irregular heartbeat. Have you ever felt your heart racing, skipping beats, or fluttering? Occasional changes can happen, but frequent or unusual patterns should be checked. Your heart rhythm is a key indicator of your cardiovascular health. Now here's something important. These signs don't always appear together. You might experience just one and still be at risk. That's why it's essential to listen to your body, because early awareness can make a critical difference. Now let's look at the next 3 warning signs, ones that many people don't immediately associate with heart health, but can be just as important. Warning sign number 5. Swelling in the legs, ankles, or feet. This is often overlooked because it doesn't feel urgent. But when your heart is not pumping efficiently, blood can circulate more slowly, causing fluid to build up in the lower parts of your body. You may notice your shoes feeling tighter than usual. Your socks may leave deeper marks on your skin. Your ankles may appear slightly swollen by the end of the day. Because it's painless, many people ignore it. But this type of swelling, also called edema, can be a sign that your cardiovascular system needs attention. Warning sign number 6. Dizziness or lightheadedness. Have you ever stood up and suddenly felt dizzy? Occasional dizziness can happen, especially if you stand up too quickly. But frequent or unexplained episodes are different. They may indicate that your brain is not receiving enough blood flow at certain moments. This can be linked to blood pressure issues or irregular heart function. In more serious cases, it may even lead to fainting. And that's something you should never ignore. Warning sign number 7. Poor sleep or nighttime discomfort. This one surprises many people. Heart-related issues can affect how well you sleep. You may wake up frequently during the night. You may feel uncomfortable lying flat. Some people even feel short of breath when they try to sleep. Others wake up feeling tired, no matter how many hours they spent in bed. In some cases, this is linked to conditions like sleep apnea, which can put extra strain on the heart over time. Now here's something critical to understand. These signs don't always seem connected. Swelling in the legs, feeling dizzy, poor sleep. They don't immediately make you think of your heart. But your body is a system. Everything is connected. And when your heart is under stress, the effects can show up in different ways. That's why awareness is so important, because recognizing these signs early gives you a chance to act before things become serious. You don't need to panic, but you do need to pay attention, because small symptoms can be early warnings of something much bigger. So now you know the warning signs. The real question is, what should you do if you notice them? First, don't panic. Experiencing one of these symptoms doesn't automatically mean something serious is happening, but it does mean you should pay attention, because your body is giving you information. And the worst thing you can do is ignore it. Let's start with the most important step. Take symptoms seriously. If you notice persistent fatigue, shortness of breath, chest discomfort, or any of the other signs we discussed, don't just wait and hope they go away. Monitor them. Ask yourself, how often is this happening? Is it getting worse over time? Does it happen during activity or rest? These details matter. Next, seek medical advice when necessary. You don't need to self-diagnose. That's not your role. A qualified healthcare professional can evaluate your symptoms, check your heart rhythm, blood pressure, and overall cardiovascular health. Early evaluation can prevent serious complications. Now let's talk about what you can control. Your daily habits play a major role in heart health. Start with movement. You don't need extreme workouts. Even moderate activity, like walking 30 minutes a day, can strengthen your heart and improve circulation. Consistency is more important than intensity. Then comes nutrition. Focus on whole, balanced foods, vegetables and fruits, lean proteins, whole grains, healthy fats. Try to reduce processed foods, excess salt, and added sugars. Small improvements over time make a big difference. Another key factor is sleep. Aim for quality rest. If you snore heavily, wake up tired, or have difficulty sleeping, it may be worth discussing with a professional. Sleep is not a luxury. It's essential for your heart. Don't forget stress management. Chronic stress puts pressure on your cardiovascular system. Simple habits like deep breathing, walking, or taking breaks can help regulate your body. And finally, regular checkups. Even if you feel fine, routine health checks can detect hidden issues early. Blood pressure, cholesterol, heart rhythm. These are things you should know. Here's the bottom line. Your heart rarely fails without warning. The signs are often there. The key is recognizing them and taking action early. Because when it comes to your health, timing matters, and the decisions you make today can protect your future. Here's the reality most people don't like to think about. Heart problems don't usually start with a dramatic event. They build slowly, silently, over time. And the reason many people get into serious trouble is not because they didn't have warning signs. It's because they didn't act on them. We live in a fast-paced world. People are busy, tired, distracted. So when something feels slightly off, it's easy to ignore. You tell yourself, "I'm just tired. It's probably stress. It will go away." But sometimes it doesn't. And that's where the risk lies, because your body doesn't send signals without a reason. Fatigue, shortness of breath, poor sleep, dizziness. These are not random. They are messages, and the longer they are ignored, the more the underlying problem can develop. Now here's something important. You don't need to live in fear, but you do need to stay aware. Awareness is what gives you control, because when you recognize early signs, you have time to respond, time to make changes, time to seek help if needed, and that can completely change the outcome. Let's be clear, this is not about being perfect. You don't need a perfect diet. You don't need intense workouts every day. What matters is consistency. Small habits, repeated daily, can protect your heart more than extreme changes done occasionally. Move your body regularly. Eat better, even if it's not perfect. Sleep well. Manage stress. These are simple actions, but they are powerful. And most importantly, they are within your control. Another key point is this. Don't wait for a wake-up call, because sometimes the wake-up call comes too late. Prevention is not dramatic. It's quiet. It's consistent. It's intentional. And it works. At the end of the day, your health is built on your daily decisions. Not one big moment, but thousands of small ones. So start paying attention. Listen to your body. Respect the signals. Because the goal is simple: to protect your heart, to live longer, and to never ignore something that could have been prevented.